Hello my brush lads, lasses, and everybody in between. My name is Tyler, and today we're going to continue looking at Mono White in Commander with a really fun legend from Kamigawa, Oyobi, who split the heavens. We're going to be focusing on Spirit Tribal with an added boost from packing powerful arcane spells. But what exactly are arcane spells? Let's take a quick look at those before we get started on the rest of the deck tech. Arcane is a subtype used by instants or sorceries. For example, let's look at Blessed Breath. For a single white, Blessed Breath is an instant arcane spell that says, target creature you control gains protection from the color of your choice until end of turn. However, it also says, splice onto arcane for a single white. Now that means that if we were to cast, say, another arcane spell such as Quiet Purity, we could pay an additional white for Blessed Breath's splice cost, while also revealing Blessed Breath in our hand. This adds Blessed Breath's ability onto Quiet Purity, allowing us to destroy an enchantment and give a creature we control protection from a color, all without actually using Blessed Breath. Got it? Awesome. Let's get started with the deck tech. Oyobi, who split the heavens, is a 3/6 flying spirit for 6 and a white. She says, whenever you play a spirit or arcane spell, put a 3/3 white spirit token with flying into play. So the goal of the deck is simple: get Oyobi onto the battlefield and keep her safe while churning out a mountain of spirit tokens in the sky. Luckily for us, white is one of the primary colors for spirits. We have access to powerful lords and payoffs such as Celestial Crusader, Celestial Kirin, Drogskull Cavalry, Faithful Squire, who flips into the legendary Kaiso, Memory of Loyalty, Hikari, Twilight Guardian, Kami of Tattered Shoji, Kami of the Painted Road, Nico Onna, and Waxmane Baku, who all either support spirits or do something when you cast spirit or arcane spells. This means creatures like Flickering Spirit, who have the ability to bounce back to our hand, can be reused. The same goes for creatures with the Soul Shift mechanic. When a creature with Soul Shift dies, you can return a spirit with mana value equal to or less than that spirit's Soul Shift number from our graveyard to our hand. These include things like the 100 Talon Kami, Kami of the Honored Dead, Kami of the Palace Fields, and Tori Watchguard, all who come with different Soul Shift numbers as well as their own abilities. For an even more powerful recursion effect, we also pack Angel of Flight Alabaster, who returns any spirit from our grave to our hand on our upkeep. Another sector that spirits excel in is token creation, generally in the form of 1/1 flyers. Creatures like the Custody Soulbinders, Geist Honored Monk, Hanged Executioner, Luminous Angel, Ministrant of Obligation, Sanctifier of Souls, and Twilight Drover all offer some form of spirit token creation, as well as most of them having payoffs for getting those tokens. We can also extend this further with non-creature spells like Baku Altar, Benevolent Offering, Midnight Haunting, Spiritual Visit, Not Forgotten, Rousing the Souls, Spectral Procession, Spectral Reserves, Triplicate Spirits, Field of Souls, Promise of Bunrei, Spirit Bonds, Valor of the Worthy, and Vessel of Ephemera. See what I mean? We should never be hurting for spirits, token or otherwise. Our remaining creatures all serve as more utility uses, while also happening to be spirits themselves. Ghostblade Eidolon can bestow itself onto another creature for a boon of +1/+1 and double strike. Kami of Ancient Law can blow itself up to destroy an enchantment. Kataki War's Wage is a fantastic way to tax our opponents if they get way too artifact heavy. Myojin of Cleansing Fire is our nuclear option. Remorseful Cleric can exile a player's entire graveyard. Spirit Encore redirects damage away from itself. Spirit of the Hearth is a flyer that gives us hexproof. And Yosei the Morning Star is a massive spirit dragon that robs an opponent of their untapped step for a turn, while also locking down 5 of their permanents upon death. Outside of the Baku Altar, our other artifacts include the equipment Haunted Plate, which can turn itself into a 4/4 spirit for a turn if we have no other creatures, the Jade Idol that turns itself into a 4/4 spirit whenever we cast a spirit or arcane spell, Lightning Greaves to keep our commander safe, Long Forgotten Gohei to cheapen our arcane spells and anthem our spirits by +1/+1, and Soul Ring because it's Soul Ring. So we've covered our spirits and a handful of arcane spells and our payoffs for spirits and arcane spells, so let's take a look at the last couple of arcane spells that we have. As mentioned at the top of the video, we have Blessed Breath and Quiet Purity, but we also have Ethereal Haze, a fog that prevents all damage dealt by creatures for a turn, Shining Shoal, an X spell that can either exile a white card from our hand or have us pay X mana to redirect X damage dealt to us or a creature we control, and send it at another creature or player, and Terashi's Grasp, a sorcery that blows up an artifact or enchantment to replenish our life by that permanent's mana value. Our last handful of spells, before moving on to our land base, are either powerful utility or minor spirit support. Aether Shockwave can tap all spirits or tap all non-spirits. Path to Exile is just premium white removal. Kurtar's Wrath is a board wipe that gives us 2 1/1 flying spirits after it resolves if we have 7 or more cards in our grave. And March of Souls is another board wipe that replaces every creature destroyed by it with a 1/1 flying white spirit. Our remaining 4 enchantments are Glorious Anthem to make our 1/1 flyers a little scarier, Indestructibility, which is an aura that just says what it does on the tin, Spiritual Asylum to give our creatures and our land Shroud until we attack with a creature, in which case we then have to sacrifice the Asylum, and Seance, which lets us exile a creature from our grave on our upkeep to make a token copy of that creature, but it's a spirit in addition to its other types, though we do have to exile it on our next end step. Our land base is also pretty simple. Arch of Araska serves as a source of repeatable card draw if we can get the City's Blessing, which should be pretty easy to achieve with all of these tokens. Blighted Step, which we can sacrifice to give us 2 life for each creature we control, again, very nice with our swarms of tokens. Castle Ardenvale as a source of, you guessed it, more tokens, though they are 1/1 humans. And Desert of the True as either a mana source or early game, or as an extra card to draw late game, if we cycle it. We run Secluded Steppe for the same reason. Windbrisk Heights is a hideaway land that lets us play its exiled card for free if we attack with 3 or more creatures in a single turn. Tyrite Sanctum turns legendary creatures into gods, and then can give them an indestructible counter. Shefet Dunes can sack a desert to give a one-time +1/+1 anthem to all of our creatures for a turn. Sajiri Steppe gives protection to a single creature from the color of our choice when it enters the battlefield. Emergent Zone can sack itself to let us cast spells at flash speed for a turn, and the remaining 27 are basic planes to round out our mana and finish the deck. Thank you for joining me on today's look at Oyobi. What's your favorite legendary creature from Kamigawa? Let me know down in the comment section below. I'm always looking for fun new commanders to build around. Be sure to leave us a like, shoot us a sub, and we will catch you guys next time. Peace!